Hi, Richkingretro here. This is just a quick video of basically all my Final Fantasy collection. I've been into Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy VII, 1997. I remember just going on basically a school trip to London, and we went to Hamleys, and in the games part upstairs, I think it was like the 3rd level, they just had a demo stand of Final Fantasy VII. Started playing it, and I really enjoyed it, and then asked for it for Christmas. Got it for Christmas, and it's just the best game. I think it's definitely the best game ever. So since then I've been collecting Final Fantasy games, and over the last 2 weeks, as you can tell by some of my videos, sometimes I go every like 2 or 3 months, I go on like a collection gap filler. So last 2 weeks I've been picking up some stuff from eBay. There was a guy on there who was literally selling loads of stuff, loads of sort of like rare and limited edition Final Fantasies, games, magazines, pictures, just loads of stuff, and I kept on getting outbidded by some guy who clearly was using, it must have been using one of those bid nippers or bid sniping. He definitely was sniping me all the time. So yeah, it was doing my head in actually, but I won probably 50% of the items. I think literally most of the items, he must have literally just went £100 in each item, which was just like his highest bid, because there was one item, I think it was like Final Fantasy like 12, but it was like an American edition. And I just went literally 50 quid in like the last few seconds, and it sold for 50 quid. It was not even worth 50 quid. It's worth probably about £15. You can buy it actually on Amazon, on the Amazon in America, Amazon.com. So I was thinking, yeah, I got you, because obviously you must have bid literally £100 for each item, just one in each item. So yeah, bid like 50 quid, and it sold for £50 and like 50p. So yeah, so this is basically all my Final Fantasy items. Okay, let's start off with Final Fantasy VII. Got the original black version. PC version, no box though. Final Fantasy Platinum version, and that's my original copy from 1997. Most of the original ones do have the high 5 in the corner. The 3 CDs that contain sight and sounds previously unmanageable. So yeah, so that's definitely, they did reissue loads in GameStation. I remember, I think it must have been 2005, 2006. They re-released all the Final Fantasies, and you can go in the GameStation. Maybe even Amazon was selling them for like literally £10–12, like new and sealed and stuff. I remember getting a couple of copies and selling them probably about a year or two later for like £20, £30. But now it's just ridiculous. Sealed copies go for like £100, and I wish I just picked up loads of them now. But yeah, that's Platinum version, PC version, normal version, and my original 1997 copy. Next is Final Fantasy VIII. I got the rare collector's edition, Platinum version and normal black border version. I really enjoyed this game actually. Sometimes some people say some people prefer it to 7, some people don't. I like the way it was actually different. I love the the card games is really good. I love the GFs where some of them didn't get on, and so you had to build them up, and you can actually like add powers to the GFs. I didn't like the draw system though. I really was not a fan of the draw system. I remember just going to school and just literally just leaving it on and then come back and just drawing of it. Half the time we just have to wait for all the draw points to fill back up. Okay, in the box there's another copy of Final Fantasy VIII. I put a Final Fantasy VIII demo, which I picked up by Car Boot, so I'll just put that in there. I don't think it actually comes with it. Still got the memory card stickers. Got a random official memory card. Some more little stickers. I'm not sure if it actually came with that in the first place. Just a random memory card that came with it. And the t-shirt, which is still sealed, never been opened t-shirt. And the posters, which I can't really get out because I don't want to bend it. I actually won this off eBay for £10 without the actual game. It was buy it now, £10 without the game. And I had loads of copies of these. You just find at car boot sellers for fun. It's just trying to beat the other collectors to them. Every weekend there's probably about at least one or two copies of Final Fantasy. It's just trying to beat all the other people. Yeah, so that was really good for £10. I always see them online on eBay, like buy it now, 150 quid, buy it now, 120 quid. So I'm not quite sure what it's actually worth. I'm sure I've got another version of that somewhere. Okay, Final Fantasy 9. The one I've least played the most, I would say. I've got the Platinum version, the Black Border version, and the Greatest Hits American version, which I got off the American Amazon.com. It was only £12, and that's delivered. Took 2 weeks to get here, so you can actually go on there and just buy it actually off Amazon. Sometimes you have to email the seller, and you can actually get some really good stuff. Because yeah, all the foreign copies, or the USA copies, Japanese copies over here seem to be 40 quid, 50 quid. So I just went to .com or eBay.com as well. Sometimes just go on other websites. Yeah, I can't decide if it was a good game. Out of all the ones I played the least, I've replayed it probably only 3 or 4 times. I always seem to get so far and then just literally put it down. The night used to do my head in. But yeah, it was a good story. Okay, let's do some PS2 versions. Final Fantasy X. So I've got the bonus disc edition and I've got a sealed copy. These sealed copies are going for about £10 at the moment, so if you're interested in Final Fantasy, buy a few copies, and then in a few years' time, they might be actually worth something. Comes with Beyond Final Fantasy DVD. I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, it was really good. I couldn't get used to the voices because it's the first one with the voices. It's just hard in the UK to sort of get used to sort of American voices. Like in the new Final Fantasy like 13 and 13-2, they are really annoying. So I do miss sometimes when they did build the game around actually like words. Like in Final Fantasy 7, 8 and 9 there was no voices, so more description in the words, just more play on the story. So yeah, so that's that. Okay, where's Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy 10-2 and 10-2 sealed. Like I said, these are really good to pick up sealed. They're going really cheap at the moment. I've actually never played this game, so I don't have an opinion. I like Final Fantasy X, but this one just had bad reviews, and I've never really played it. I've been on it for like half an hour, but when you're playing a Final Fantasy game, that's not really a game. It's not really long enough to play. So one day I might get round to it. I know it's just all female cast, so that sort of put me off. No offense. Okay, got Final Fantasy Cerberus. Got one sealed. This one, there's this new sealed one. I think he spelt Cerberus wrong on eBay, so it only sold for like 4 quid. So that was a good find. Sometimes you just type in Final Fantasy and you search, like there's literally about 1,000 items, and then I just literally went to newly listed or ending soon, and then you're just like new. So I got that for 4 quid. And like I said in the previous video, it's sort of a bit between like God of War and Devil May Cry, and I don't know, yeah, it's okay. I enjoyed it. Final Fantasy 12, another sealed copy, and this is an open copy. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 12. After 7, it is my favourite. Lots of people really don't like it, but I enjoyed the hunts. It did get a bit repetitive, but I enjoyed the license board, the gambit system where you can actually run up instead of obviously with real-time battles. I just like the way you can actually set up your characters, so when you go near a creature, this immediately either attack them, or if they do ice on you, you can immediately like, yeah, just de-ice them and stuff. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. That's 12. Okay, which is the next one? Oh, I missed out the PC version. Number 11. I've never played this one either. But yeah, I've only got the PC version. I think next time I see the Xbox version, I might have to pick it up and just actually give it a go. So this looks like it's got all the add-ons, including the original game and the expansion packs. One thing that put me off was you had to pay to go online on this. So I don't know if that's true. I just remember just walking into Morrison's and it just saying you had to pay. You get like 1 month, so yeah, that's it. Free 30-day subscription, and then you have to pay. And that really put me off. So yeah, one day I might get to play that one. Okay, another PC game. Final Fantasy 14. I haven't played this one either. This is one that was just really cheap. So I'm a Final Fantasy fan, but I haven't played some of them. Maybe I need to sort that out. Yeah, so all these online ones, so let us know if they're any good. They sort of get mixed reviews, but they're just not the same. I don't know, when they're online, they just don't seem... Because, I don't know, I've never really played them, but people always mention they're just not the same. Okay, continuing with... some PlayStation games on which I've just missed out. Chocobo Racing. It's really... I don't know, it's just Mario Kart, but with Chocobos. I remember this is my original from back in the day. When I thought, Chocobo Racing, I thought it's actually going to be proper Chocobo Racing, like you actually get to do in Final Fantasy VII. But all it is just basically Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing. That's basically all it is. I've only got one copy of it, so I could do with some extra copies. Okay, this is Exekus or Ergus. God bless the ring, EZ. This was, I don't know, this was just rubbish. I really didn't like it. I picked it up from Cash Converters for £1.50. But yeah, I literally just couldn't get into it. It seemed like, I don't know, like a Final Fantasy Crash Team Racing / Simpsons Wrestling. It just wasn't that good. Is the manual still on it? Yeah, Chocobo Racing. That is probably the worst one. Final Fantasy VI. Love the game. Well good. Contains a bonus disc, hopefully. Yep, bonus disc for 10. Time Crisis. I must have changed the case on that one. Yeah, really good game. Loved it. After 12 and 7, I think I did really enjoy it. New FMV sequences. They used to have these in Game Station, like 3 for £2 and two. Buy bug off, buy one get one free, and they used to be £10. And you used to pick up 2 of these and then sell them. Origins. Where's Anthology? Oh yeah, Origins. Just another like remake, just an up-to-date version. I've never really played the actual SNES versions. That's the only thing missing from my collection is the SNES versions. Super Nintendo versions, which I don't think they're released in the UK. Only the US. So collector's items and no Final Fantasy should miss. 2 discs. In really good condition. Playing for about 20 hours each. So I think, yeah, really good game. Anthology, I got a sealed American version. That was off Amazon.com. This was £16 sealed. Final Fantasy 5 and 6. Yeah, what was what Anthology was? Yeah, huh? So the US version of Anthology is 5 and 6, but the UK version is 4 and 5. Oh, I didn't know that. That's a good to know. Is that a printing error or what? I can't open it to have a look. So if anyone's got any information, that is the same. It's the same Roman numeral, isn't it? 5 and a 1. Oh, it's for Anthology. Oh, this, I don't know. This must be it just says European edition, and this is the American one. But I can't open it because I don't want to unseal it. Shall I open it? Ooh, no! Just to find out if it's a printing error. So this says 2 complete classic RPGs in one collection containing Final Fantasy V, never before released in the UK, in the US, and Final Fantasy VI. Well, this one's got 4 and 5. Yeah. Bit of confusion there. That's good to know. You learn something new every day. I just thought they were the same. How far? Oh yeah. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. This was a good game. Oh, I remember at the time when I got it. It came with a I think it's a Game Boy link cable. Oh, where's the link cable? Must be somewhere. Oh, I might have lost the link cable. This is just my original one. I got another one. But yeah, I just remember literally when one of my friends came round, we must have been about 18, 20 at the time, and my little nephew who was 8 and his mate who was like 8 or 9, we just hooked up our Game Boy SPs and just used them and just literally played it for just days and days, which was really good. It's really hard to get into first of all, but it's good to have all the different SPs. Even when just on your own, one of them does your stats, one of them does like, I think it's hidden treasure, one of them's like a map of the place, one of them's just the stats of the monsters. Yeah, so it's really good hooking up the SPs. Oh, I need to find a Game Boy link cable with that one. Okay, let's do some Game Boys. Okay, copy of Final Fantasy for the Game Boy. It's the only one I can find on eBay for years. There has been a few lately, but they're literally, buy it now, 80 quid, buy it now, 70 quid. So I put this up for a tenner. Obviously, it's just a cartridge and the book. So one day I will pick up the box, because I'm going to need the box version. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, really good game. I used to, yeah, at my first workplace where I used to work a little chef, it used to be dead. No one would ever come in. I'll just get my Game Boy out and play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Final Fantasy V Advance. I've never actually played this one because it's in good condition. I've never really bothered playing it. I think I literally unsealed it years ago, but it is just the same as the other Final Fantasy V's. Nothing's really different, I don't think. Just says use all new additional to your vast job system. Yeah, it'd be good to start playing them all, just to maybe play the same one. Final Fantasy IV Advance. Looks like the same game as the PlayStation versions. Yeah, it'd be good to find out what's different. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls. Exactly the same. They look really good colouring actually for the Game Boy Advance. I remember playing, yeah, I definitely played this one. I remember playing it when I was absolutely bored at work. Basically Final Fantasy 2. So I wonder if Final Fantasy 1 is the same as Final Fantasy Adventure. Oh, I forgot it came with a map. Yeah, this one comes with a map as well. That's really good. Okay, what next? Okay, let's do a random foreign. Final Fantasy WonderSwan colour. All in good condition. I won this one really cheaply off eBay, probably about 2 weeks ago. I got it for 30 quid. They normally go for double the amount, but obviously with the Olympics on, games are really cheap to buy, so I was really chuffed. And then I remember winning the item, and then an hour later, I had a phone call, and the seller phoned me up. And I still don't know how he got my phone number, but then I did get an email a couple of days later saying, so-and-so has requested my actual details to make sure I'm a buyer. So he did actually phone me up and say he wasn't really happy that it went for so cheap. But could I actually, if he requested it to be cancelled, could I cancel it? So he said I could keep the item, but obviously if I cancel it, save them on eBay fees, save them £4 or £5 on eBay fees. So that's what I did, and he's got some other items to sell, which I've got off him as well. So, which we did outside of eBay. So he's like pretty good seller in the end. I was a bit worried. I'm like, how the hell did you get my phone number? Okay, some DS games. Final Fantasy: The Four Heroes of Light. Final Fantasy 3. Definitely love this game. This was brilliant. This was my first DS game that I picked up, and I was really impressed with it. Really impressed with it. The graphics, they just literally updated. Just completely updated. Final Fantasy 3. Got some sealed ones. Final Fantasy Ring of Faiths, Crystal Chronicles. I guess it's the same as Crystal Chronicles for the GameCube. Another Final Fantasy Tactics A2. So I'm not quite sure. Yeah, one of those other tactics games where you have to move, and they're a bit limited, these ones, I always find. You just have these pointless battles, and then you just have to jump, and then you just end up winning. It's just not really challenging compared to the other ones. Sometimes when you think, oh, I need to get out of this dungeon or else I'm gonna die because I've got no health. And another one, Final Fantasy 12. So this one, yeah, I haven't played this one either. This one's all sealed. These are really cheap at the moment, so I was able to pick them up really cheap sealed. So I'll get around to one day playing some of these. If I see one at a car boot, I'll pick it up. Okay, some PSP games. There's loads of PSP games out lately. Oh no, I can't believe that. Okay. PSP. Oh, I just accidentally opened it. No. I'll have to sellotape it back. Okay, so what shall I do? Shall I do them in order? Just gonna create some room to put all the games after when I show them. Okay, let's just do Final Fantasy 1. I wonder if that's any different to that one. So yeah, so Final Fantasy 1 just for the PSP. First PSP game I got. Final Fantasy 2, new and sealed, that's the American version. I ordered it in the UK and this is the one I got, and I wasn't happy because I emailed the guy. And obviously he must have not known what he was doing. But he gave me like, I just demanded a £4 refund because it was quite expensive. And then I actually found the UK version. So hopefully they're the same game. They look pretty good. So that's Final Fantasy 2 for the PSP. And then I'm trying to think which one came out. Final Fantasy The War of the Lions. This one's really good. Comes with cards. I do love some of these Final Fantasies. They do come with some good extra stuff. That one, free art card. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it's just one art card. This is another tactics game. They seem to be really big in Japan, the tactics games. And they got Crisis Core. Special edition one. Comes with a book. Oh, where is Crisis Core? Must be in my PSP now. Need to go find it. So it's got a little book of the art of Crisis Core. Really good game. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and gave really good information. Bit controversial, but really gave some good information for 7. Took me back a few years. Final Fantasy 4, the complete collection. Final Fantasy 4 and the After Years. So it's another new and sealed game. And love to find out what the After Years are all about. So yeah, the After Years looks really good. I don't know if it was just released in Japan. Gallery move illustrations. Yeah, I need to get an unsealed copy of this. So definitely want to play that. I've got a long journey. Desiree Final Fantasy. I got that one, Desiree 2, and that one, limited edition. The reason I got 2 because one of them is like white and the other one is black. Yeah, I think I got this one for Christmas probably about 4 or 5 years ago from a friend. But in every picture that I saw, it was just white, so I'm not quite sure. Ah, it looks like someone's just turned. Yeah, maybe someone's just turned it around. They come with extra goodies. Looks like this guy threw in all the goddamn PSP stuff. Little mini CD, soundtrack, art cards, artwork. I do love these Final Fantasy special editions. So they were great to my collection. This one's a bit destroyed, the box. It's my own one, but yeah, really good. I really enjoyed the game. This one, which I've just accidentally opened. No. I think it's some sellotape on that. I haven't played this one, but yeah, really good. I just can't wait for them to release a good Final Fantasy for the PS3. Like a proper old style one. Okay, speaking of Final Fantasy for the PS3, I got this one. Seems to be 3 different versions, that's what I found. There's this one which they re-released, this one's sealed. Comes with a little cardboard cutout. That's my version that I picked up. This is the limited edition. Yep, looks the same. Feels heavier though. Instruction manual. Maybe with some extra stuff in there. Comes with a soundtrack. Final Fantasy Collective exclusive art print. And the world. So another little book. It was okay, Final Fantasy 13. Once again, the American voices did put me off a bit, and it was really slow to get into. Out of all the Final Fantasies, it definitely was the slowest to get into. Found the controls really hard, and just getting used to the system. And half the time, the girls were just making sex noises. They're like, I'm like, they spend half their time just making sex noises instead of talking and getting on with the story. Lightning, and I'm like, what is going on? So my girlfriend thought I was like watching porn or something. I'm like, no, I'm just watching Final Fantasy. I'm just playing Final Fantasy 13. So that was quite random and funny. She's like, what is going on? She came in not happy. She's like, what is going on? And I'm like, I'm just trying to play this game. And she thought I was playing some kind of game porn. But yeah, just like, just the weird sex noises. Were a bit weird. Even though that's probably not the best sex noises in the world, but that's what it sounded like to me. Also, the guy that on eBay, I picked up Final Fantasy 13-2 pre-order bonus pack. I won both copies, but I didn't actually know they were actually different. And this one came with a Beyond Final Fantasy in it and a code. So if anyone wants to type that code in, because I'm never going to use it. There you go. Comes with another little pre-order stuff. So there's one open and one not open. And I picked up a sealed limited edition, collector's edition. So I'm not quite sure what's in this one because it's sealed. So it's probably another soundtrack art of Final Fantasy 13-2, collectible cards, and another, looks like another poster. This seal is not that tightly packaged. I can rip it at any moment. He also was selling the Xbox version of it, so I got the Xbox version, and I got a promotional copy of 13-2. Promotional copy, not for resale. I did miss out on the PS3 version of it, and the collector's edition for the Xboxes as well, but the guy was sniping and I was not happy. He was destroying me all day. He won 8 auctions in a row. I'm just ridiculous. Anyway, Final Fantasy, the Crystal Beavers. Not Beavers. Bearers? Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bearers. I don't even own a Wii, so I don't even know what this game is about. Unleash the power of the crystal. Experience a thrill rating, action-packed adventure game. 2-player in co-op in special areas. So it's only a 1-player, and then when you get to special areas, it's 2-player. That's a bit random. Another Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Echoes of Time. This one looks more fun. More kiddie, but yeah. Play with your friends on the Wii and Nintendo DS for the first time. You can have up to 4 Wiis and 4 Nintendo DS's. This looks like a proper Crystal Chronicles game, unlike this one. This just looks like a 1-player. Okay, just gonna move some stuff around. Get some space. Okay, it's random sort of like merchandise. Final Fantasy VII original soundtrack. Did I do a little list? Yeah, I did a list of what songs there were, because it's all in Japanese. So that's the list. Quality soundtrack. When I go on my retro road trip, sometimes I get that out and it just goes on for hours. Final Fantasy Advent Children. Limited edition collector's set. Comes with 2 discs. Yep, 2-disc collector's set. It's got the script, So if anyone wants to, I guess, act it out, Shakespeare style, art cards, a few of them, and an Advent Children novel, which is really good. So if anyone gets a chance to pick this up or see it off eBay, it is a really good set. Box is a little bit battered around the edges, but yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. Then I've got Advent Children 2-disc special edition. And then the Blu-ray version that's sealed. Also got Final Fantasy Spirits Within, which flopped at the box office, but I really enjoyed it. I was so impressed with the graphics. I think it's like 2001, yeah, 2001. There's a new cinema that opened near me, and it was, I think that was the first film. That's all. To show these PSP games. Yeah, another Final Fantasy Spirits Within UMD video. Desiree Final Fantasy, just a normal copy on its own. Also off this guy I picked up some cards, Final Fantasy Spirits Within art cards. I think I got these for like £3 or something. There's all various different ones. There's 60, it looks like, I don't know, might be missing some then. So it goes 64, 65, 72. 72 in all, so I'm not quite sure how many cards there is in all. But 72 cards of Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Put them in a folder. Also picked up a Final Fantasy postcard book. Japanese, never been opened. So obviously I'll never open it, so I can't actually see what's in it. Final Fantasy memory card case. Just to put your memory cards in. I missed out on a few individual ones. I actually missed out on the cards. So he had Final Fantasy X, he had 4 of them. There must be the 4 different characters. Final Fantasy 13 mini calendar. 2010. Doesn't seem 2 years ago it came out. Okay, now to go crazy with some books. So I've got some Final Fantasy solution books from various different publications. So that looks like Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy VII, a little book, little solutions book for a bit. Or is it the history? Just looks like, yeah, it looks like the kind of little mini history. Came with the official PlayStation magazine, 86-page guide to Final Fantasy VII. Some of these vary, some of them are really good and give you good detail, and some of them are just pointless. Another one, Final Fantasy VII. They all look really nice on the outside, and then you like turn them inside, and they've all got the cheap recyclable paper for the pages. Okay, let's do some magazines with different covers. Cube, didn't know that this magazine even existed. But yeah, it doesn't come with the demos. But it's got world exclusive of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Official PlayStation magazine, 67. Exclusive review on Final Fantasy 9. New and sealed. I always thought these came with demos, but obviously not. That one's new and sealed, so obviously you can't read that. Retro Gamer, Final Fantasy VII, the complete history. Can't wait to read that, that's going to be brilliant reading that at work. I've got the other one, I think the other anniversary Final Fantasy one. That came out late, I think it was like 89 or something. Another official PlayStation magazine. Number 59, Final Fantasy 9. The saga continues. And one of my favourite ones is Computer and Video Games magazine. So that's another, yeah, it gives brilliant, where is it? I just love just reading some of the old articles from back in the day. That you still have PlayStation, like Saturns and Sega games still like in the same magazine. So they're just the making of it, the story, what's new, the characters. I remember just the real big hype and just seeing, and just literally just turn over the channel 4, just waiting for the adverts that come on, so you can actually see the trailers for Final Fantasy VII. It was just really good. PlayStation Solutions book. Oh, did it come with the posters? It says 4 free posters, but are they in there? Looks like they're not. This is another. I picked up all this from the same guy. Oh, that must be the posters. Oh, so the posters are still there. Cool. This is a good guide. I had a quick look through it. Yeah, 2 double-sided posters inside. So what did it say? 4 free posters. Oh, I guess it's double-sided, isn't it? Limited edition. So that was, yeah, glad I picked that up. Okay, did I do those ones? Yeah, I did those ones. Okay, I'll try and do these in order. Okay, Final Fantasy Origins Guide. Take your games further, remastered edition. So I don't know what was the matter with the. They must be the remastered editions of Final Fantasy Origins. That's probably what it meant. So these guides are big on detail, monsters, everything in the whole game you want to know. These books are just brilliant. Definitely give the best info. A rare sort of like USA guide to Final Fantasy V, and then you turn it over and it's Chrono Trigger. So these are really good. Give you good, once again, give you great information on them. I slowly picked this up. This guy actually, I've won some of these guides off this guy who was selling on UK eBay, and some of these guys were going for ridiculous, like £30–40, and I literally just copied and pasted and put it into Amazon.com again, and they were coming up as like £10–12 delivered to UK because they're really cheap over there. So yeah, so I got this one. This one came for the post. Okay, let's try and do Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII strategy guide. Over 1 million copies in print. So this must have been a later edition. I always thought they did 2 of these for some reason. I thought one of them was like a piggyback one, but this is the only one I can find. I slowly picked these up. All these like piggyback ones I'm going to show in a minute. They're just like my own collection that I've picked up. That one's just really good, especially on building bloody chocobos, breeding them. Okay, Final Fantasy VIII. They're so funny. Some of these are just really good. Just tell you how the summons, how it's best to lay out your characters. Most of the time you don't really need them. It's just going into hidden areas and just fighting all the baddies and picking up all the ultimate weapons and finding just all the summons. It was really good picking it up because in Final Fantasy VIII I've really missed loads of those summons. You have to draw off people, because I never really got into drawing until like halfway through the game when I realised that drawing was good. Then I got Final Fantasy IX. And the American version as well. Yeah, the American version I picked up really cheap. That was like £10 as well. This is my original copy. As you can see, it's a bit destroyed. Another piggyback one. Final Fantasy X. Bit of a coffee stain on there. Cerberus guide. This one's really heavy. USA version. It's got loads of little cuts in it, but I don't know if that's meant to be cuts or not. Or was it just I think it's just a book. I'm not quite sure where I picked that one up from. I might be getting it years ago, but I just don't know where. So that's a bit random. Another one, Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. This one was really good, yeah. I got that at the same time I got Crystal Chronicles, the game. We'll just add that to the side where all 4 of us are playing. Final Fantasy 3 does the Nintendo DS, but I can imagine it does the PS version, the PSP version, the Game Boy version. Final Fantasy X too, got the American version. The UK version seems really expensive, so I just got the American version. It's much cheaper. Oh, I do have a UK version. I didn't think I had the UK version, so which one am I missing then? Looks like Final Fantasy X, the American version. And then you got the collector's guide for Final Fantasy 12. I do love these games. These books are just, the collector's versions are just ace. They're just really good. Gives you much more information, and it's just a proper hardback and much thicker. Final Fantasy 13. Got that at the same time as the bloody spiders. Yeah, got that. Always get, when you get like a new Final Fantasy game, just always get the guide straight away, because there's always like a deal with both of them, and you always like get it a bit cheaper, because 6 months later the guides just go up in price. And a Final Fantasy 13 2 sealed, so I don't open that one either. It's a limited to print. It's another really good book. I don't know, I thought I had a PC version of Final Fantasy VIII, but I can't find it at the moment. So this is just all my Final Fantasy collection. They say Mario has a lot of games coming out every other day. But yeah, Final Fantasy is definitely, I believe, the best series of them all. Please leave a comment, or if you think I'm missing anything, or you do have an item that I would be interested, just let me know. Cheers. Hello, Richkingretro here. Just going to do an update on my Final Fantasy collection. Over the last month or so, almost since my last video, I've picked up quite a few items from America and Japan. Yeah, so these are the items. I've got them quite cheap because simply, instead of just searching for Final Fantasy actually on the UK website, I just go straight to the American website and just do ebay.com. And you can just basically search that way, and then most of them do say not shipped to UK, but you just send in an email saying how much would it be the cost to ship to UK, and they just give you a good price. So seem to get things cheaper than here. So I just do them in bundles that I got them. Got Final Fantasy 5, Final Fantasy 6, and Final Fantasy 4. For the Super Famicom, Super Nintendo for UK. This was all bundle. I got this, it was £20 for all 3, which I was quite happy with. And Final Fantasy 5 was sealed. Thing is, I don't have a Japanese Super Nintendo, so I need to get one of them. So yeah, so this one came sealed. 6 as well. And 4. So really proud of them, really chuffed. Also got Mystic Quest. This was, I think it was like £8 delivered, including post, which I was quite pleased with. From the same seller. I think I forgot to even order this one, if I'm being honest. So yeah, so glad I got them. Also picked up a, did I do a WonderSwan? Picked up a WonderSwan. Let's quickly go get the console. The 2 on the right here, they were from the UK and they were £18. For some reason it ended like at midnight, so there was hardly anyone bidding. And I picked up these 2. This one just seems to be all nice and sealed. I've never really Never opened it, I haven't even looked. And these were £30. Yeah, £30 from America. They were going, I noticed they were going for literally like £80, £90, and I literally, because it just said pick up only, you're obviously not going to drive from like the East Coast all the way to the West Coast to pick up some games. So I just emailed the seller saying how much to UK, and he just put like, I think it was like $15, which is about £10. And I won the auction. And I picked up these two. So glad to have that in the collection. Picked up some American PS2 games. Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX. This was from a UK seller. They both were £42. They're in mint condition. I just love the little booklets and the artworks. So as you can see, they're absolutely shining. Yeah, so I got this off a guy off Game Trader. Cheers, mate. One, two, three. Also 8. This one's got 4 discs. Cool book. Yeah, so I got them for about, I think it's about £40–45 delivered. So glad to get them. Got some Japanese ones. Final Fantasy, try to do them in order. Tactics, 8 and 9. I've got a Japanese PS1, so that's good. I just love the little extras that you get in the Japanese games. You get little stickers, little random cards, lots of little leaflets that advertise other games. And that's the actual manual. And there's a Disc 2, Square's Preview 2. Which is an NTSC game, so yeah. So glad I picked that up. I've never actually played Final Fantasy Tactics. The original anyway, so I definitely need to try and brush up on my Japanese skills. Language skills. Final Fantasy VIII. Another little, I think this is a little walkthrough book or something, or just advertising. Yeah, just advertising new games coming forward. That's the booklet. Let's not get the disc wrapped. 4 discs. 9. The box is a bit battered, but yeah, this is all in good condition. Also forgot in my last video, I forgot this was what I was missing. Final Fantasy VIII for the PC. Released by Eidos. So glad I got that. Also Unlimited Saga. That's going really cheap. I always thought it was a rare game, but it's going really cheap. That comes with an extra disc for Final Fantasy. I think it's 10. Just an extra, just a random. That's it, yeah, Final Fantasy 10-2 disc. Internal Calm. Which is quite funny, it's just a little like 5-minute video. Which is really good. Unlimited Saga is a good game, so if you get a chance to play that, just give that a go. Put that pretty cheap. Some DS games that I was missing. Echoes of Time. Chocobo Tales. And a USA version of Chocobo Tales. I went on Amazon, purchased Chocobo Tales, but the American version came through, not the English version, so I thought I might as well keep it. And just may as well just go try and do another order for Chocobo Tales. Not quite sure what game it is, so definitely have to give that a bit of a go. My main good package of the last few weeks, actually. I picked up all the Final Fantasies for the Game Boy. Final Fantasy Adventure, Legend 2 and Legend 3. This was £40. I think it went for about $60 or so. So really chuffed, but that was only like, once again, it was only pick up only in America. So I emailed him and he said it will be $15 to post. So yeah, I think I actually won them for about, must have been about literally only like £25, 25, £30, and it came to about £40 in all, about $60 with post. Yeah, I think it must have been about $45 without post. And the guy was, but because I don't know, for some reason, because of the way he was selling it on eBay, I couldn't actually pay for it, like actually through eBay. So we just did it, I just get his email address and just do it outside of PayPal, or outside of eBay, but through PayPal. And I was able to do it like that. For some reason, it just wouldn't let me. Every time I went to do it, it says your address is not in America. You can't buy these games. I was like, for God's sake. So, and he's also umming and ahhing whether to send it. There's also like a hurricane, I don't know, Andrew or somebody, or Edward. And he was umming and ahhing to send them before the hurricane or afterwards, because the hurricane was literally, he just said the hurricane is 10 hours away. Pay as soon as possible, and I'll post them in a minute. So it took like 2 or 3 weeks to get here, so I was a bit worried they were like gone up in the air with a bloody hurricane or something. So he finally came through, but he must have posted them sort of like wrong or something, because when they came through there was bloody import taxes. I'm like, oh, fuck off. With all my other games, I haven't paid any import taxes at all. So I don't know if you if anything's valued over £18, you pay import taxes. So, or I don't know how they must have opened the actual package, because the package looked a bit damaged. So I haven't paid any import taxes with any of my other games from America, but I had to pay import taxes with these, and that was like 14 quid. So yeah, so it ended up as £54 for these 4 games, and about 3 or 4 weeks of sending them before hurricane, after a hurricane, and then with the import taxes as well. I didn't have the money on me, so they went back to the post office, and I was like, for God's sake. So then I had to drive in to the post office and go pick them up. So really chuffed. They all have their saves. They all have their manuals. I don't really want to open them, to be honest. Yeah, and they all have their little maps, which is really cool. And some kind of like 8-player, like the actual 8-player player's manual, and sort of like a little strategy guide as well with it. Yeah, so these are all my Final Fantasy pickups. Oh no, I've got some more stuff. Just some random books which have been literally in my cupboard for ages, which I forgot to show earlier. Final Fantasy VII. Another complete solutions book. Final Fantasy VIII complete solutions book from various magazines. Final Fantasy X. Also picked up PlayStation official magazine, The Official Story, Final Fantasy VIII. Which is everything, which is really good. It's got some good stuff in there. It's also got analysing like the Final Fantasy movies. And also some Final Fantasy VII walkthrough, top secret at the end as well. So that's a really good magazine to pick up. Also picked up Final Fantasy IX. This is the American strategy guide. And also Final Fantasy X-2, the American strategy guide. These seem quite cheap. I think they were £15 for both of them. And they've also got like a massive poster inside, which I've never actually opened. As this won't get anything out the back. Nah. So they're really good guides actually. I prefer these to the English version. They're supposed to be the same, but they just seem to be completely different, the way they're laid out. And they seem to be more in depth. And also got this one, which I found funny. Final Fantasy Fantasies. Which is really weird. Miss Breeze, Final Fantasies. So I'm not quite sure which magazine this came with. Oh no. PlayStation Pro. Very classy, aren't they? Very classy. So that's all my new Final Fantasy pickups. I've got some loads of more stuff coming through the post. So hopefully I'm going to probably try and combine both videos, so it might be this right at the beginning for 5-10 minutes, and then my full video afterwards. Cool, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment if you think I'm missing anything. I missed out on quite a few stuff which has been killing me, but yeah, sour grapes that. But everyone, quite a lot of people have been picking up the Final Fantasy collections. So cheers, thanks for watching.